Hello there. Hello, everybody there in social media land. My name is Terza Ekholm, coming at you day 5, coming at you from Terza's Art Studio, day 5, where I'm going to take the next steps for my sculpture that'll eventually, hopefully, glow in the dark. So, from yesterday, I went ahead and uh, kind of put on some finishing touches. I just added a little bit more tinfoil up on the top, and then as you can see, I put on the head that I've been talking about for so long, and even took care of the feet a little bit. So today what I'm going to do is add on another layer, and this time instead of using tinfoil, I'm going to be using dryer sheets. Why use dryer sheets? Well, certainly they've been clean, but that's not the only reason. They're cellulose fiber, and as such, they take something like a textile hardener really well. Today, I'm actually not going to be using Paverpol. Sorry, I'm actually going to be using something called Amazing Fabric. It works nearly as well. I think at some point I'm going to switch back over to Paverpol. For some time, I stopped using Paverpol because there was it seemed to be unavailable for a while. But like anything else in this strange time, lots of things have happened. But for now, today I have fabric, and it's also a textile hardener. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, rather than using it full strength, I'm actually going to mix it with some water, and then I'm going to dip these dryer sheets in the water and wrap them around my sculpture, and this is going to be the next steps. And at that point, it's going to take, probably about 24 hours. I ought to be able to show you what's going on here. So I'm just pouring some of this into my lovely sour cream container. Well, as I was saying, it takes about 24 hours to dry and probably about 7 days to cure. So what I'm going to do is, after I've done this part of it today, I'm going to let it dry for 24 hours at least, before taking my next steps with it. So tomorrow I'm actually going to, well, it'll be a surprise. I won't tell you what I'm going to do with this tomorrow while it's drying. I'm going to put a little something special on it. And then maybe Sunday, things will be stable enough that I can get to work on these, which is what I've been waiting for all week to get back to the idea of creating my little statue out of fabric and glow in the dark paint. And well, I can hardly wait to see the results and share them with you. So I oftentimes probably make this too thin, and in fact, you really should be using it full strength, I suppose. But in fact, this stuff is really these things are so thin that you just don't need a lot. Oh, one more thing that I will do here before I do that. I will actually wear some gloves, not because it's not toxic. It's supposed to be environmentally friendly, but it just makes it a little bit easier to move around when you've got these gloves on that are themselves probably mostly plastic. And that way I'm not sticking to the art either. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So what are your guys' plans for the weekend? I have a very exciting weekend myself coming up. I'm actually going to be spending an incredible 2-day event called Networking Riches. It is online via Zoom, like everything else these days. Even my classes are on Zoom. And we're going to be we're going to be taught some of the best techniques for making networking a valuable part of your business. And I tell you, I've attended this class before in person. I've also attended it online. But this time, Casey's going to be sharing some new things with us that we haven't seen before. And so I am really excited. Not to mention, there's going to be some really amazing business owners on this 2-day workshop. It goes from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on both Saturday and Sunday. So here's where we get, I know a lot of ums, right? But this is kind of tricky stuff. So this is going to help me get a lot of texture as part of my sculpture here, as well as going over the tinfoil. I suppose you could leave the, just showing up the tinfoil, but really for sculpture, you want something kind of really nice. So, and I can see that this, because these are thin, and because the Fabri-Pol is thinned as well, I'm going to need several of these. But it turns out this stuff works really well. It has believe it or not, it has a really nice strength to it. And as such, and because it's so flexible and thin, it's very easy to shape around. And then fabric, of course, gives you that lovely realism, I suppose you might say, about the form or whatever it is you're sculpturing. And that's one of the other reasons that I really like it. It's not, well, I'm not ever had to deal with a broken bone, but I don't really think it's like the old plaster of Paris that they used to use for setting broken bones, and for all I know, maybe they still are. And the thing is, you don't have to worry so much about the wrinkles and that kind of thing, because fabric just gently drapes itself, really, as you're going around the form. So for here, I'm going to put on one more just to complete the skirt. So thank you guys for being on there with me. And if you feel like commenting, do drop me a line for commenting. It's been, like I said, it's been an interesting time. I was in a networking group yesterday with Expand the Business. If you'd like an invitation to that group, if you're not already a member, just hit me up with a reply, either a private message or just as a comment, and I'd be happy to invite you. We do our networking events every Thursday afternoon, and they are unique and amazing. Not only do we get to meet the most interesting people in there, but the way that the facilitators conduct the networking is just fabulous. So yesterday we had these 3 breakout rooms with really interesting questions to share with our fellow, people in our breakout rooms about our businesses. And it's really cool because we get to engage with each other on a more, on a better level, because we're sharing about each other's businesses and not just throwing commercials at each other and, hey, buy my stuff, and nice to meet you, buy my stuff. Well, okay, tell me a little bit about you and what kind of issues are you facing in your business? And the questions lead you to doing that. And so we have the most interesting discussions in our breakout rooms. And we went into 3 different breakout rooms, and each time we had a different question and different people to talk to and meet. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. And what's also interesting is that so many of us I don't know about you, but sometimes as an entrepreneur, I kind of feel like I'm all by myself. And I suppose in many respects we are. But then when you discover that other people are having similar issues to you, and that a lot of them may have some answers for you that you may not have thought of. And then you might also discover that you've got some really interesting things to share with them as well. So it's not this one-sided thing. So boy, am I glad that I have this. I put down a plastic sheet down here for, well, yeah, I've done this before, but I've often used a tray. This time I'm using a plastic sheet that came from the vinyl from a sign company, which is really kind of interesting because I work with a company that's currently called Banner Season. We're actually going to relaunch in January as Mailbox Power. But it makes me laugh because I have a lot of supplies from a sign company that went out of business a number of years ago, and I was able to pick up a lot of their materials, and I had no idea what I was going to do with them. There's like 30 rolls. They're used, partially used rolls of different kinds of plastic and vinyls and that sort of thing that you actually use for making banners. And I currently represent a company called Banner Season, so it just kind of makes me laugh. It's just funny. I myself have never made a banner in my life, well, except probably the digital ones. And anyway, I've got a whole bunch of banners that I now cut up and use to protect my furniture and goods for when I'm making messy things like this. Well, that's all we're going to have time for today. I actually need to jump off here and jump on another meeting that I have at 3 o'clock. It'll be a Facebook Live here. And I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. I hope you're doing fun and interesting stuff, and if it's and otherwise productive. So all I'm going to do is, just so you know, I'm not keeping these from you. I'm going to go over, when I come back from my call, I'm going to go over the arms and the feet and the head, and this is going to be my next layer on this sculpture project. I hope you join me tomorrow because I have a special surprise of what I'm going to put on next before I put on my colored layers. So once again, I'm Terza Ekholm from the Terza Factor. If you're interested in this or classes, drop me a line or a comment, or come visit me at wackywatercolors.com. In the meantime, have a fabulous weekend, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Ciao for now. Oh, that's not going to work.